Hey everyone, this is Lisa from Life in Layouts, and I am back for day number 19 of the March Madness Sketch Challenge from Scrap Now, Sleep Later. We're going to be using this sketch today, and I'm super excited to be getting a ton of photos on this particular layout. The collection that I'm going to be using is from Echo Park, and it's called I'd Rather Be Crafting, and I actually am scrapbooking photos from the Strawberry Festival. This sketch only calls for like 2 pieces of pattern paper, so I figured I would pull out this collection since I knew that the colors would work for the Strawberry Festival, and I only had to pull out a couple of sheets. When I was planning these pages, I did like take a photo of the layout that I had for the photos, and that's why you saw my phone out in just a few minutes ago. I knew that these photos were already taken, so I had to kind of make them work. So I did have to cut some of the photos differently than what the sketch calls for. So here's the pattern paper that I'm going to be using from this collection. It's just a cream color with some different shades of pink floral on it, and I'm just going to add a strip on the left and right like the sketch calls for. On the left hand side, I didn't have 4 photos in the landscape mode, but I did have these 2 photos of the kids when they were on the bumper cars, so I decided to go ahead and cut them down to a 3x3 so that they would work in that area, and that actually gave me the opportunity to add a little bit of a larger photo on the far left hand side. I do have these paper pads that are from Echo Park. They're called Dots and Stripes, and I was able to pull out this like light pink color, and I'm going to use the stripe side to mat both sets of the 4 photos that the sketch calls for. Now what you'll notice there is a very large T-square ruler. I'm going to tell you that I turned my camera off and I spent over 30 minutes trying to find my T-square ruler. Could not find it anywhere. In the process of trying to look for my T-square ruler, I lost 2 photos. One ended up being stuck on the bottom of my tray that like all of my tools are in, that's over here on the right of me, and the other one ended up inside of my toolbox. No clue how that happened, like no clue how it ended up over there, but it was a very frustrating time. After I pulled out the large T-square ruler, which didn't work because it was so big, I ended up using this ruler here, and it wasn't helpful. Like, I can't believe how much I used my T-square ruler until I didn't have it. Like, I am lost without that thing, and I have no idea how anyone scrapbooks without a T-square ruler because I use that thing so much that I could not move forward. Finally, after like really sitting down and like taking a breath and being like, okay, where is my T-square ruler? I remembered that I took it in to my bedroom because I was sitting at work on a break, and I was like, I'm going to record a video while I'm on break, and I needed my T-square ruler so that I could measure things while I was talking to you guys and explaining things. So it was in there, and so finally I got it, and you'll see it eventually brought back into the videos. What I did while I was rambling there was I matted all the photos, and I cut one of the photos into a circle like the sketch calls for. You'll notice there that I realize at this point that the photos are not the same size, because in the beginning of the video, I had the wherewithal to cut down the photos that were on the right hand side of the layout because I knew that I wanted to mat them and I wanted it to be the same size. I forgot to do that on the left hand side of the layout. They were already matted, and I was just like, all right, I'm going to figure this out, and I'm going to just go with it because it is what it is at this point. Honestly, it is day 19 of this March Madness, and I have gotten tons of comments. You guys are so grateful that I am putting up these videos a day, and I am over it. I am over like just having to do a layout a day and edit it and process it and put it up. It's just so much. I'm absolutely going to finish it. The reason that I agreed to do the March Madness was because one, I wanted to help out my friend, and I thought it would be a great exposure for her, but I also wanted to bring up my watch hours, and I knew that posting a layout a day would get those watch hours up. I am so grateful for everyone that's tuning in, and I'm so grateful for all the comments and all of the support that I am getting to try to get my channel back to where it needs to be. But having it in the month of March, when it is my birthday, Eli's birthday, my grandfather's birthday, it is just so much work that I am really, truly going through the madness right now. So as I rambled on and on about that, let's get back to the layout once again. As you can see, I've put all of my photos down. I did put 3 of the photos up on Fun Foam. Actually, no, sorry, 4 of the photos up on Fun Foam, 3 of the larger photos, and then that circle photo. I also used my silhouette to cut out the word Strawberry Festival. What I did was I found the Strawberry Festival logo and I traced it, and then I shadowed the trace so that I could have it both in the green and the red. And I really like the way that that came out. I did use the, I guess it's more of a pink than a red. It's the same pattern paper that's at the bottom of the layout. So once I go back to the layout, you'll see it as kind of like a checkered print. That's the same pattern paper that I used for the top. And then I just used one of the dots and stripes paper in the green. So it kind of gives it that strawberry look. You'll also notice that I have all those little stems there where the title is, because I did cut out the strawberries in some glitter paper, and those stems there were for the tops of it. I'm going to have a cluster of strawberries over on the far right hand side, and that is actually the silhouette image that I purchased, was that cluster. But the top one, or the one that's on the left, could also be used as a single strawberry. So I cut that strawberry out 3 times, and I'm going to add it to the strip of the paper there where it calls for in the sketch. For the ones that are over on the far right, those are all down flat, but the ones that are in the strip there, I did go ahead and put the actual strawberry piece up on Fun Foam, and then put the stem piece down flat. So as I'm getting all of that down, I do want to encourage you guys to go check out the Scrap Now Sleep Later Facebook group. In the Facebook group, you will get all of the details of the March Madness. It's also listed below. There is a $10 fee. If you do want to join us, you will get access to all the previous sketches, plus you get access to all of the layouts that have been completed by everybody else. So there's lots and lots of inspiration in the group. You still have the chance to win a daily prize for completing the layouts within the day, and the weekly prize. And then if you are able to complete all of the sketches by the end of the month, you will be entered into the grand prize. Now, Veronica has changed it up a little bit because so many things have sold out with the Close to My Heart. She is changing it up from a $100 gift certificate to Close to My Heart to actually a $100 gift certificate to a small scrapbook store. So we have a couple local stores to us. Of course, you can do Close to My Heart. And then I think there was one other that she mentioned. But again, local scrapbook stores is what we're trying to promote, or local scrapbook companies. And you can mix and match those things. But again, all of those details are over on the March Madness, and we would love to have you join us. All right, so I got all the strawberries down. I did pull out this floral that actually came from the chipboard piece of the collection, and then I went into my embellishment books and pulled out quite a few different embellishments. Over on the far right, I did go ahead and add a butterfly. I like using photo corners and turning them on their side so they look like the arrows, and I used 3 of them in the upper left hand side. Over on the far right, I added a chipboard piece that says favorite, and then I also pulled in a floral that I tucked behind the circle photo. I then pulled out my wood veneer and added hearts to each one of the clusters, as well as some enamel dots in a peach color, as well as a light blue color. And then I did also add a green jewel piece into each cluster as well. So here is my final layout, as well as some close-ups. I hope that you guys are enjoying these videos. If you are, if you wouldn't mind giving me a thumbs up, I would really appreciate it. If you haven't done so already and you want to see more double page layout inspiration, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Thanks everyone for watching, and I hope that you have a scrappy day.